from Australia. Mr. Bradley David is here with us. Please join us. Mr. Bradley, can you kindly come up? And he would like to speak on empowering the workforce and gender inclusivity. Please welcome Mr. Bradley David.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you're all still awake, and thank you for the time, and very much look forward to this session. Originally I did have a PowerPoint presentation, but I'm going to just talk to you for about 5 minutes about the importance of digital transformation. I'm the Director of Digital Programs at LabTech International, also the General Manager at LabTech Academy, and also a virtual TVET trainer of trainers. The very strong educational values that we have at LabTech International, and that is that we believe in transformative industry-based learning. Empowering the youth is very important to us. Give every opportunity to every child to learn a skill, no matter where they're located. It's very important. And to do that, again, is very important. Digital is a great way to do that. And we have programs in over 90 countries around the world that assist in getting the skills that are required for industry right out into the remote areas. So that's very important to us. Promote the understanding of greening TVET is also very important. It should be mandatory now that everyone understands what greening TVET is all about. Again, that's a presentation in itself. And we should teach sustainability on all levels, and we should teach peace. Okay, some of the important things when embracing digital learning in TVET can help overcome common educational obstacles for TVET development. Some of those things that we look at is the lack of well-equipped labs, right? And that's all due to cost. Digital allows that to be able to keep things relevant to industry and equip those labs that before with physical training systems could not be done. Lack of good instructional materials we find regularly around the world, not just in Asia, that we need to make sure that those instructional materials are up to date and current. Shortage of teachers, instructors. Again, through CPSC we run regular updating and virtual TVET lessons for teachers and instructors and professors and doctors and trainers throughout the region. And I have to say, in Pakistan, when I've had the time to spend in running training programs with your instructors and teachers, they're always willing to learn. But the biggest thing we find is that they just go back to the old ways because it's what their curriculum is telling them to do. So important we start looking at a digital curriculum. One of the things that we talk about, and the UN and ILO, being the International Labour Organisation, always look at a shadow curriculum. That can be 20% of your curriculum, which is digital, right, that can feed into your existing curriculum while policies need to change. The other area to look at is faster implementation and better capabilities. So digital allows for that implementation to be much faster. Curriculums are slow to update. This is a program that I was just doing a few weeks ago in Malaysia, looking at their digital transformation roadmap, and a digital curriculum, they update it every 3 years, right? That is too long. These days we need to look at policies and change them where our curriculums are maintained and updated every year. And something, as I said, a digital curriculum will allow that to happen. Difficult to reach, I touched on remote areas, right? There's ways around that. I was talking recently to someone that, satellite companies are now making a lot more affordable internet to remote areas. And I know a company in Singapore that's starting to look at moving into Pakistan to make that available right now. So again, remote areas is very important to us. As I said, give everyone the opportunity to learn a skill. I'm going to touch on some of the important things that we need to look at when we're transforming vocational education. Some of those things are immersive learning, right? We hear about Internet of Things, IoT, digital twins, extended reality, which is virtual reality, augmented reality and mixed reality. All these things are available now, are not that expensive at all, and give the opportunity for our students to learn things that are relevant to industry. Interactive, right? You've got to make learning fun and engaging. Right? If it's not interactive, they get bored. Right? So within 3 to 5 minutes, you've got the attention of that student to learn something. If it's interactive, they're engaged. You can gain their attention. Okay. The other thing is cutting edge. Right? Using gaming technology, we hear about it now. It's available. Great to hear some of the things that are being done in Pakistan with content creation labs. That's fabulous. Adaptive learning and simulated learning. Right? We all hear again also about animations. Animations are not real. We need to look at simulations. Simulations simulate real data. So when we talk about creating digital content, we must make sure it's simulations, not animations. So they're realistic and they're relevant to industry. Some other things are innovative. I think this is a word that's used around the globe now, and always look at innovation when you create new labs, and whether they're digital or non-digital, right, they've got to be innovative. We hear about practical, right? Just to let you know, digital can be practical. If it's interactive, it can be practical, it can be safe. So when they go to do the real thing, right, they understand so much more. We've got statistics now that they spend over 30%, it's actually 32% in Southeast Asia, less time in the workshop when they do interactive digital learning before they go into the workshop. So that's a massive difference in the way they learn and the savings in time. The other interesting thing is that it also reduces the amount of time when we hear about micro-credentialing and short courses, that cross-skilling, reskilling and upskilling comes into it also, that industry is saying we want them as soon as possible. Already now in some of the developing countries, what used to be a 2 or 3 year diploma is being done in 14 weeks. Policies need to change, but that is the future. So we need to move with the change, something to think about. Collaboration, more collaboration with industry. At LabTech, we spend a lot of time collaborating. I use automotive as an example with Toyota. Toyota in Japan send us the vehicles before they're even available to make them didactic and educational. Right, so empowering futures, industry integrated curriculum. But again, I hear this all the time, we need to make it digital. Right, real world applications and collaborative partnerships. Right, very important. So online delivery. What are some of the benefits of online delivery? It's cutting edge. It's using a skill-based learning management system, not an academic learning management system. So we're not just looking at assessments, PDF files and videos. We're looking at that interaction, so it's a skill-based. We're looking at a blended learning facilitation. So again, you'll never do away with that blended learning of online and physical. Intuitive topic and course navigation, non-linear learning flexibility, alignment with existing curriculums. I come back to it's important that the power of that curriculum, and again we know it takes time for policies to change, but we need to start somewhere. So I come back to that shadow curriculum, feeding your existing curriculum while you look at changing your policies for a digital curriculum. Also, flexible learning, we hear anywhere, anytime. So again, making that accessible anywhere, anytime, at all times. Right, visualising complex topics using 3D gaming technology. Interactive learning, I touched on that with extended reality simulations. Innovative, formative and summative assessments. We hear regularly about having pre and post tests, because the reason pre-tests are very important in anything we do in the technical area is because we don't want our instructors and teachers spending and wasting time on something that the students already know. So pre-testing someone and then creating their own learning pathway, and that's where we start to look at artificial intelligence and AI. Interactive learning also is very important when we apply augmented reality. And if any of you haven't experienced augmented reality, we've got a stand out there we can show you. Like, I can place an electric vehicle in the room here, I can place a heart-lung machine in the room here, and actually walk inside and completely operate it. That's, as I said, where technology is now, what industry is using. It's very affordable, more affordable than what people think it is, and it's what, as I said, now a lot of institutions are using around the world. Even in Malaysia recently, we've just implemented in one of the states in Malaysia. So coming back to formative assessments, interactive formative assessments are whereby a learner and an instructor can keep doing something until they understand it 100%. Right? Why do we need to understand it 100%? We've probably all heard of competency-based training. The word that industry wants is competency-based proficiency. So remember that. It's not competency-based training now, it's competency-based proficiency. Industry want people to be proficient, so they need to understand something over and over again. It's not just passing once, it's passing twice, 3, 4 times. Okay, and to be proficient, if you do it the traditional way, you haven't got time to do it. Digital allows people to become proficient, so that's very important. The other thing I want to touch on also, very quickly, is that, hands up those that have heard of heutagogy. Anyone heard of heutagogy? There's probably a few. Heutagogy is now the way that our teachers need to instruct and our learners need to learn. We've all heard of pedagogy, pedagogy no more. If there's anything you'll take away from this conference, is that everyone should have a heutagogical approach to the way they teach and the way the students learn. Heutagogy is where the teacher is the instructor and the teacher is the learner and the learner is the instructor. That's heutagogy. Having that heutagogical approach is the future. So I myself, you have pedagogy, andragogy and heutagogy. I myself got stuck in andragogy. But again, heutagogy is the future. It's the way we need to train, teach, and the way we need to approach digital learning for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bradley, the General Manager, LabTech Academy. Spoke about a lot of things, immersive learning, how to reach out to remote areas, making learning a fun activity, interactive, and using simulations. So yes, these are all the ways that can effectively be used. Now we move on to the last speaker for today, Mr. Lux Sasak Young Saman, Director, International Strategy and External Relations Division, joining us all the way from Thailand. Please welcome Mr. Lux Sasak. He's going to talk about best practices.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of this conference. Thank you for giving me the time for sharing experience about the impact of digitalization during and post-COVID in Thailand. As we you know, during and post-COVID-19 pandemic, we think about the student. Our student is very important. We don't. The student could not out of school, so we try to encourage the teachers to create their teaching and learning. For example, in my division, we have the collaboration with the international agencies, for example, CSC and also ITE in Singapore. We ask them to provide the training for our teachers in digitalization for the teaching in the classroom. So we conduct our office conduct the training, the online training for the teachers, and after that they can teach the student in the classroom. We have the collaboration with the industry and also the public sectors in our country. We sent teachers to the industry and also the public sector to enhance their skills and their competency. We think it's very important for our students that during the post-COVID they have to learn. They have to enhance their skills before they go into the workplace. Now we after the pandemic is better. We try to encourage the college to provide the relevant curriculum. For example, we put the green skill to our curriculum. That it will be help the student to work in the workplace. Another one is we try to have the cooperation with the industry and also the international organization to enhance to make a more cooperation. We hope that in the future we will send for the cooperation we will send students to do a practical training in abroad, for example in Japan, in Denmark, in Israel, that we have a cooperation. Thank you.
Ministry of IT and Telecom. He has more than 20 years of experience. He specializes in program management, entrepreneurship development and funds management. He also oversees a multi-billion rupee portfolio, including Pakistan's largest network of startup incubation centers and a leading online training program for freelancers. He is dedicated to fostering innovation and empowering the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Pakistan. Professor looks forward to contributing to discussions that drive progress and advancement in this industry. So ladies and gentlemen, we are very honored to have Mr. Faisal Malik with us. Please put your hands together for Mr. Faisal Malik, and I invite him on stage to speak.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this event for giving me an opportunity to share with you the story of the largest online training program for freelancers in the country. My name is Faisal Malik, and I am General Manager working in Ignite. For those of you who do not know what Ignite is, I have just a couple of slides. Ignite is a public sector company which was formed in 2006 under the Ministry of IT and Telecom. What we do is we focus on 4 areas. One is tech entrepreneurship, and in tech entrepreneurship we have the largest network of incubation centers in the country, in 8 cities, where we are incubating 280 startups every year. And as of now, we have incubated more than 1,300 startups. Then our second main component of area of our focus is capacity building. In capacity building, we have a lot of programs, but the program which I am going to talk about today is Digitalization, and it's an online training platform for freelancers. And other field which we focus in is CIF, Challenge Innovation Fund, in which we fund basically universities and innovators in the universities, and as of now we have funded more than 150 projects which have produced more than 500 publications and more than a dozen patents. And we are into competitions as well. Every year we have a competition hackathon in cybersecurity, agri-tech, and different areas. So coming about the story of BasicSkills.pk. Back in 2017 and 18, when we were conceiving this program, at that time Pakistani freelancers were world number 4, ranking on the basis of their revenue which they used to bring into the country. And the total revenue of Pakistani freelancers in 2018 was $160 million. And we have a huge population, a lot of people here. We have more than 40,000 IT graduates per year. Most of the population is English speaking, and ICT technologies and the hardware and 3G and 4G were coming into the country. So at that time, the government thought this is the right time to nurture this particular area of freelancing, and which can help in bringing valuable dollars into the country. So, what was our focus? There were 2 approaches: the krill versus the whale approach. The whale approach was, targeting on the existing freelancers, giving them high-end skills, and increasing their monthly income. And the other was krill. For those of you who do not know, in the sea, krill is one of the smallest creatures, but as far as total mass is concerned, it has highest mass of any creature in the world, not only the sea. So they are very small. People underestimate them, but they are running the basically food chain in the ocean, and a lot of things. So we thought that our model should focus on krill. We'll go for economies of scales. We'll train a lot of people. The trainings will be low end, not very technical. So the housewives, even the people who are not very educated, they can come in and join our network. And when we were talking about economies of scales, the huge costs were involved, so only viable option was going for an online platform. So that is basically the 4 components. The first initial aim of BasicSkills.pk was to train 1 million freelancers at least, and the training had to be free of cost. Basically, we are a public-owned company. This is public fund, so we wanted that for the end user, the training should be free. And the other is all I've discussed by the online version. So what was the challenge in the online platform? Number 1 is for online training, we have the non-captive audience. By non-captive audience, I mean the people who do not pay for the program. They are not coming into universities, like they are not financially or emotionally invested like they are in the university program. So we have a platform which captivates the audience and increase the retention rate. And we talk about the retention rate of the online programs, like one of the few top platforms of the world, like Coursera. It has a retention rate of only 8 to 9%, even though most of the cases, the courses there are not free. You have to pay for the certificate. But we were going for a free program, and the huge challenge was to increase the retention rate of the trainings. And on most of the online platform which we had in Pakistan, they were static. There is no personal touch. There is just a video, an LMS, and you go there, watch the video, and give the quizzes. So we had to have a personal touch in the online programs, which is called blended learning, and lack of local content. The best language in which you can learn something is your mother language. And as they say, the language in which you dream is your mother language. So our platform had to be Urdu. So that was the main thing that we create different courses. We are not going to take courses on international platforms and copy and paste them. We'll make new courses in Urdu language so that masses of the country can come there and take benefit of the program. So when we were looking for different partners, we chose Virtual University. Virtual University was the pioneer in Pakistan. It was the first distance learning university. It had its own satellite channels, their own e-learning platform, LMS, their staff was trained. So my Virtual University comes under Ministry of IT and Telecom 9 So it was a natural marriage which took place, and we both of us started working on the program in 2017, and the program was launched finally in 2018. Digiskills.pk, and our tagline is Sara Jahan Hamara, the whole world is ours. By sitting in your home, in the comfort of your homes, whoever you are, you can go online and earn money. So this is a brief synopsis. First of all, we have Android, iOS apps, mobile apps. When we started in 2018, the structure was we have 15 courses. We have a course for 3 months, a batch for 3 months. And after every 3 months, we have a 1 month period for outreach. And all the courses are in Urdu language. And one of the unique feature is, we have 100 plus online coaches. So they cater to the peculiar needs of the trainees. If you are training your Digitalization.pk and you are watching a video at midnight and you have a question, you can just go there, send an email, and you'll get a response within 24 hours. And if you want, someone will call you and discuss with you and solve your queries. So it's just not online. We have a backup of 100 coaches which are working, and then there is no prerequisite. There is no bureaucracy. There is no paperwork. All you need is a laptop or a mobile phone, and if you are literate enough to go and read a website in English, fill your form, you're eligible for. There is no age limit. There is no education limit. And talk about the training modules, the content. We realized that for online programs, content is the king. So we looked for the subject matter experts, people who themselves were accomplished freelancers, experts in their field. We carefully chose 15 subject matter experts who made the videos. And the delivery model is online integrated with the LMS. We have periodic assessments, which is checked by the coaches. Assignments, and if you complete the course, there is a strict criteria. You have to have a minimum number of videos which you have to watch. Then there are periodic quizzes and assignments. And if you are fulfilling I guess the passing marks are more than 60%. If you fulfill the attendance criteria, the video watch criteria, and if you're successful in quizzes, only then you'll get the certificate. And we give you a certificate which is we have a VU logo on it as well, because a lot of people want the university logo on their certificates. And I discussed about the online support, the coaches, and the retention rate. Retention rate, you will be amazed to know that the retention rate of Digiskills.pk is more than 31%. It's 4 or 5 times more than Coursera, even though it's totally free. And the biggest factor, I guess, in the retention rate of Digiskills.pk is online coaches. So if someone is, have joined the course, and after 2-3 weeks, we see from the LMS that the person is not coming back, we just give him or her a nudge. Our coach call him or her, motivates, then please come and join the course. That proved to be a very, very important thing, and people start coming back to the platform. So monitoring and evaluation, because the program is online, we have a gold mine of data. We are watching the progress live, which coach is most popular, which particular segment, module is most popular, what devices people are using, from which areas they are watching. So all of that data is used to monitor the program, and then we improve the program as we go. After every batch, we have a 1 month period in which we upgrade our content to the needs and the surveys we take from the trainees. And after 3-4 months, we take surveys from trainees, their feedback about the program, how much dollars they are earning. So that's also embedded in the monitoring framework, and after 3-4 months, we have a new survey which we share. So this is the main impact. Since we started our journey back in 2018, we have trained more than 4.5 million freelancers, and 28% of them are female, which is not as good as we would like, but still, it's not bad since we have a number of 4.5 million. Completion rate is 31%, and according to a third-party survey which we conducted last year, as of now, in last 6 years, our freelancers which have been trained on digiskills.pk have brought more than $800 million into the country. When we started the program in 2017, the export of Pakistani freelancers, it was $167 million, and now it's more than $400 million. So the exports of freelancers have been doubled. And these are the courses and the demographic distribution which you can see. And one thing I would like to add, that we do not become captive of our own business model. As you see in Balochistan, the enrollments are less than Islamabad. Because the one thing is population, but the other thing is ICT penetration. People do not have computing devices. So 3 years back, we thought that for Balochistan, we maybe have to go for labs. So we had a new project approved, and we built 3 labs in Khuzdar and Gwadar and Turban. We funded the engineering universities and fully paid for the labs. So for that particular area, because people were not able to come online, we now have fully functional labs which have internet and all the relevant infrastructure where girls and boys are coming and taking our courses. So Pakistan, after Digitskills.pk, right now is the fastest growing freelancers market in Asia as far as year-on-year revenue growth is concerned, which is a huge achievement. There is a lot of things which are to be done, but still, that's a good start for a program which costs not more than 1.5 billion rupees. And at the end, I would like to thank our partners, which have been phenomenal in supporting us for our outreach activities, bringing different segments of the society as our trainees. And just a glimpse of the impact. These are just top 5 earners of Digitalization, and these earnings are verified. We get their bank statements, their dashboards of their platforms to see that how much money they are earning. And just these 5 individuals, and they belong to small cities of the country. These 5 only have earned more than $1 million. So, as I said initially, that Sara Jahan Hamara, if you are into online learning, this is the future of work, and Digitskills.pk is the platform, and we have a batch going on right now. The next batch will be starting in October 2024. So at the end, I would thank all of you again. If you have any questions, I'm here.
Thank you very much. What a day. It's a long, long day. Thank you, guests, for your patience. We did promise in the morning that it was going to be a long day, an interesting day, but a long day. And of course, I can see a little bit of fatigue on some people's faces, but of course, minds brimming with ideas. Very, very interesting panelists, presentations. Digitalization, of course, is the mantra. To my simple mind, I felt that perhaps we could also have unpacked digitalization. I'm talking about digital access, we're talking about digital documentation. Of course, digitalization is the enabler. It would enable us to leapfrog. And I'm also sort of thinking of digitalization as more of a catalyst. So lots to think about, and of course this has been only the inaugural session. The real conversation, the real discourse happens from tomorrow. So I wish you lots of interesting conversations. It would be amiss if I do not thank the CPSC for all its support, the CPSC team, and it would be absolutely criminal of me if I do not thank the NAFTAC team. So may I please request the NAFTAC team members as well as the CPSC team members to forego their coffee and please come on stage for one last round of applause